I was going on YouTube, your boy GMG GrownManGaming here. So I have my thoughts, my opinions on this. You know, from what I've seen so far of Halo 5 Guardians, the full hour gameplay that was released, I believe it was yesterday, today, I don't know. But I finally seen it, I saw it, I synced it. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what I've seen. First off, I just want to say the graphics look great to me. You know, I watched it in 720p, 60 frames on YouTube, so it looked really good for me. It looked good for me, to me. That's my opinion. That's a definite. Everything as far as the environment, the gun textures, everything on your character, it looked really good. So I can tell they worked hard on that. That's key. That's like number 4. Because you know what I'm saying? Graphics, I see they're putting a lot of effort now in games with graphics. But let's talk about this gameplay. One thing I noticed from the very beginning of the video, as soon as it started, you know, the sound effects, the running, the movement, I was like, wow. It's been a step up for Halo, because I've never really had a problem with Halo sound effects. It never really bothered me. For me, it seemed like it went with the game. But this is like a huge step up. It feels very like armory. I don't know how to explain. It feels very warlike. It's just very strong. The sound effects, the guns, everything, the pull, the melees, everything that's going on in the game. Even as far as the strafing, every piece of sound is just, it sounds really enhanced compared to, you know, the previous Halo games. And of course, I was hoping that was going to be one of the biggest things they changed, because obviously we're going into a new generation. Are we really with these consoles? I don't know, but you know, I was just hoping they really enhanced the sound effects. So that was key, and I was really impressed with the sound effects. The 3-round burst auto rifle, all the sniper rifle, the pistols. You know, they didn't seem like no lasery sound, some new holy shit, what kind of game is this sound effects? No, it seemed like an enhanced version of the old guns we used to love in Halo, just more advanced. Like the sound effects, it sounded really cool, and it sounded like it does a lot of damage. So I'm really feeling that part of the game. Another thing I really liked about Halo, and one thing I did like about this hour gameplay, was the announcer. And let me just say this right now, this is nothing like what Destiny was supposed to be, or nothing of Destiny, nothing Destiny. Destiny, no. Destiny was painful for me. Destiny is agony right now. Destiny, no. Destiny is just its own breed. Let Destiny rock on its own. This is nothing Destiny. Nothing. I'm just saying that right now. Nothing. I don't give a shit who says what says who, where, why, and who. I don't give a damn. Shit is nothing for me. I'm not saying this Halo's the best. I'm just saying I'm not comparing the two. Fuck that. But the announcer in this game, and always in Halo, I've liked the announcer. The announcer never seemed boring to me. The announcer had like this unique voice, little echo in a bit, like a reverb, you know, voice sound effect. And they added some new voice commands for him, you know, now. And for me, I think it was always rewarding, because when you had the announcer saying, you know, when you get 2 kills and he calls out a double kill, or you get a triple kill or a riot kill, running riot, rampage, you know, it felt rewarding, which that adds on to my next part, where I feel like I love the fact that they added new commands. I believe another call out they added was hat trick, or trick hat, and perfect kill, perfect rampage, or something like that. So, but they added a couple, if you watch the video, they added a couple new call outs that the announcer says during your combat, during your fight, during your battle. And I think it's that, for me, I don't need kill streaks, because kill streaks normally with previous games that we played is like a reward for how we're doing in the game. But something as unique like Halo, I've never really stressed out kill streaks and really stressed out anything of, you know, something massive that would make an impact in the game, because the callouts were so fun. I was really striving and trying to, you know, get all these kills and triple kills and stuff like that, just to hear the guy call out that, like, you know, if I was doing a triple kill or perfect kill or whatnot, or a headshot or whatnot, just so that I know I was doing beast. So that was one of the things I liked in Halo, and I'm glad, of course, they didn't take that out. That was is more rewarding than just a kill streak nowadays. Kill streaks nowadays are just so cheesy, and I think when you get a double kill with a pistol, in the game I heard him call out that you got a pistol kill in the head twice. The guy who was playing was definitely beast. And just to hear the call outs, it got me hyped, only because, like I said, that was the rewarding part in the game. To hear the person, he wasn't sounding boring, that announcer. He sounded, you know, you got amped up because you was going so ham. And, you know, your reward is, you know, he calls out what you're doing, how you're doing in the game. So I definitely always liked that in Halo. That was always #1 for me. And that's why I've always enjoyed playing any match mode, as long as I know that announcer's behind me and he's calling out how beastly I'm doing. So for me, I like that. Going back to the graphics and detail, the game does still resemble this Halo look, because Oh, my nose is itchy bad at that. It does resemble like this Halo, you know, feel to me, like the map structures, everything, of course. So I'm glad it didn't take away from, you know, what Halo was and what Halo is. As far as this is multiplayer wise, I'm not talking about story wise. I didn't see nothing story. But as far as like, you know, multiplayer wise, it didn't take away. There was one map that made me think of firing range in Advanced Warfare. It seemed like a portal typey thingy, you know, which they were playing something called, I think it was called Breakout or something. It was like a search and destroy, but it still looked like a Halo for me. You know, it didn't look like something totally different from the left field, like left side, like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel something different. It still looked Halo to me. One thing I did like, you know, the weapons that they have in the game. It didn't seem like the regular auto rifle didn't take too much bullets to kill an enemy. Not saying that that's good and that's bad. It took a decent amount of time, like in Halo, in the previous Halos. Normally one clip can kill an enemy, but I don't think 2 clips would really kill 2 enemies. You know I'm not the only one who experienced it with the previous Halos. You got 2 guys and you're shooting one, and you know you're not gonna get that second kill more than likely, even if you're aiming at the head, because it was like a lot of health that they had in the game. But it seemed like, you know, he aimed at the head and he killed them, you know, with a decent amount of bullet in one clip. So that was pretty cool. Another thing too is, I know they added the red dot sight. I seen it. The way the guy was using it in the game, I wasn't really bothered. Like, oh, this isn't Halo. I was more, because he was still the person who was playing was still using like their old traditional way of shooting. You know, without aiming, and they would just shoot the trigger, because the dot sight always popped up on the screen when you're shooting at the enemy, like the previous Halo games. You know, so the person wasn't really using, you know, their aim down sights, whatever. Oh yeah, just to mention, I didn't really feel the sword. The sword looked so fake and cheesy. I wasn't feeling. I really hope they redo the sword. It just looked like a little handle and like a sword popped up. Like the way it looked, they didn't. You know, I was hoping they were gonna go a little bit back traditional, make it look a little bit more fancier. It just looked kind of corny. The sword. I like the sword's damage. It looked pretty cool. You know, the different types of animations the sword can kill you. You know, but as far as like, you know, how it looks, I just didn't like it. That was just something small. But the guns just look cool though. I wasn't gonna lie. Now, what else I have on this list? The strafing. Now, mind you, when I first saw that trailer of when they had that, like, no, not even a trailer. It was like a 9-second clip of like them running and aiming down in sights and strafing and whatnot. When I first saw it, yeah, I was going hard because I was like, oh, Advanced Warfare type. To be real honest with you, I'm not going back on what I said, and I'm not saying, oh, this is not Advanced Warfare. But when I was seeing the guy play the way he played, and of course, like, I'm gonna say it again, the way he played, because remember, it's the community who fucks up. He was playing the right way. He or she was playing the right way. You know, that strafing thing didn't really bother me as much. I didn't even really notice it, and I wasn't really thinking about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare at all. Because in Advanced Warfare, you feel like you have to strafe to keep your game going, to keep your momentum going, to make the game fun for you. That's one thing I'm going to say. If I don't strafe in that game, I get bored just running. In Halo, it's always been something where you're not really sneaky, but you always got to watch your back because you never know if someone's coming. But the strafing ability, it seemed like it worked in the game. It doesn't bother me at all. I didn't really pay attention to it, and the person didn't do it as much. He only did it like to climb up on stuff. But I can't really, you know, give my opinion on that. It's just, it wasn't really that crazy. He wasn't abusing it. It didn't look that serious. He wasn't strafing behind people, back for nothing, you know, nothing serious. And lastly, because for me, there wasn't really anything else other than I think those couple matches, like that search and destroy type of match and that team deathmatch type of match, whatever. But the melee seemed cool. The damage sound effects, like I said, were ham. They went ham on them. That search and destroy type of match, I kind of liked it because, you know, and from our previous games where we had like a search and destroy type of game type, it's always been the same traditional, well, we wouldn't know how many people's left unless we press select, you know. What I do like in the game, in Halo, in this Halo in particular, is that they have like a little bit of music in the background, so it doesn't seem like there's like nothing going on, like you won't be bored, or just, because it's like a pet peeve for people and myself, I should say, where you will be running around and you don't hear nothing, you just be like, so what the hell's going on? But in this game, you hear like a little bit of creaks and little sound effects and wind and, you know, even little instrumentals. And then you got the person, you know, you guys calling things out. And I think with the search and destroy game type that they have, where I thought it was so beast, you know, if say it's 5-on-5 or 6-on-6, the announcer, like if you're doing like a 6-on-6, and like for example, say you kill an enemy or your partner gets killed or someone gets killed, the announcer immediately goes 5-4, or there's you're 6 to their 5. Like the way he calls it out, they call it out automatically. I think that's good in the competitive sense, and on both regular traditionals in the traditional side as well. The reason why I say that is because honestly, with the pressing of select and whatnot, it stops your momentum. And I think but I think for me, if you're someone who likes to be competitive, not myself, I'm just speaking for those who are competitive, they don't got time to be looking, press and select, whatever. I think that call out was definitely something strong. That was a strong point they hit in a game type like that, where they were hitting like, oh, you're 2 to their 1, or there's 1-on-1 left, or there's 2 to your 1. They're not saying, oh, you're 1 who's hiding behind the wall. They're not doing that. They're just calling out how many people's left. I think that's definitely cool. It keeps you open-minded, keeps you focused in the game still to know. So I think in a game that has announcers, and I think Destiny failed to have that, like they failed. You capture the flag. They failed horribly. I think with Halo 5 Guardians, so far from what I saw, the announcer's still strong, and I think he's getting more energy in the game. It keeps you focused, keeps you, amped up when you're playing. Just, you have to watch it for yourself. You'll get what I'm saying. There's an hour-long gameplay. You gotta so you can really sink in a lot of information that you gather from this video. I think it's a really good video to watch for now. The beta comes out the 28th of December until until January 18th of 2015. That's how long it lasts. But that's all I have right now. Sorry if this video is too long. Follow me on Instagram. Yo, I got my Instagram in the link in the description if you guys have one. Yo, hit me up on that IG. You already know. Also, follow me on Twitter. Subscribe if you're new. Support 3-Minute Gamer. That's what I have so far. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'm open to hear everyone's opinion. This wasn't a video to vent or rant on a video. It's just giving you my thoughts. So I don't know the full thing until we play it. You know what I'm saying? But it's your boy 3-Minute Gamer. I'm out. You have a blessed one. Peace out, bitch.